guys, welcome to Pitom's channel. Yap, mari kita lanjutkan kembali game Alan Wake. Kemarin itu kita udah menyelesaikan episode 1 di mana Alan Wake sudah sampai ke gas station, kemudian ketemu dengan sheriffnya dan dia melaporkan Alice-nya yang hilang. Cuman ternyata kata si sheriffnya itu di Cauldron Lake itu nggak ada pulau tempat pondoknya si Alan sama Alice ini berlibur tuh nggak ada. Nah, jadi, yap, penasaran kelanjutan ceritanya seperti apa? Mari kita lanjutkan Alan Wake episode kedua. Let's go!
Previously on Alan Wake, I came to Bright Falls with my wife, Alice.
Thank you for coming here with me. I thought maybe you could write here.
I don't want to hear it! God damn it, Alice!
Now, she's missing.
Alice? Alice?
I woke up behind the wheel of a crashed car. I'm missing a week. I was attacked by shadowy men straight from a nightmare. The sheriff took me to the lake Alice and I had stayed at, but the cabin had disappeared.
Episode 2, Taken. 3 tahun yang lalu, New York City. Alan Wake-nya masih bersih, nggak ada brewoknya.
Honey, I'm home.
Back here, sweetie. How was it?
Worst weather I've ever seen.
You should put some
Lagi
coffee
badai.
on. It'll warm you up.
Kemana dulu?
Hey, handsome. This is gonna be a long night, but these shots are turning out great.
I guess you're gonna need that coffee then. I'll go put it on.
Ini ruang kerjanya si Alan. Oh ya, by the way, ya ini udah ada beberapa manuskripnya yang udah gue dapetin. Karena sebenarnya gue udah, bentar ya, baca dulu.
Say about the fall and the sudden stop at the end. I'd lain here in the snow while the lurid chain of scenes that had led me here kept playing in my head. A rerun of my own private snuff movie. A memory of my corpse. Alone at my own wake. Thinking in metaphors again. The femme fatale was gone. Only a sour taste remained of the kiss that killed me. This was a late goodbye. 13 years after I'd gotten my revenge, it had finally caught up with me. It had been a long time to bear the pain. My blood painted the snow red. A gruesome slushy dissolved all the scattered painkillers and leisurely dripped down to the sewer, mingling with the bile of the city, becoming one with it. I can see them now, my wife and my baby. Honey, I'm home.
Baby.
In spite of its human mask, to describe the dark presence as intelligent would have implied human qualities on something decidedly inhuman. Nonetheless, it found the one spot in the diner that was dark enough. Some light spilled into the corridor, ravaging it. But it took the pain. Horrible as it was, the writer would soon fix that. He would be coming to the one place where it still had power.
Kayaknya kalau yang dua cerita ini, The Sudden Stop tuh kayaknya bukan ceritain si Alan ya. Suaranya soalnya beda.
The kidnapper fired his gun one last time, and the shadow vanished into the darkness it had come from. See? Nothing to it, Wake. The thought of Alice in his hands was revolting. We stood on the wooden platform of Lover's Peak, the waterfall on the mountain behind us, the lights of the radio mast blinking red in the heights above. I fought with the urge to take a swing, force myself to speak. Let's cut the act now. Where's my wife?
Ya, jadi gue sudah menemukan beberapa manuskrip ini karena sebelumnya gue udah sempet mainin, dan ternyata lupa gue rekam. Si dodol emang kagak gue rekam, jadi ya beberapa kopinya juga udah nggak ada kan karena udah gue ambil tadi. Terus pas udah selesai itu kan mau ngecek hasilnya, lah kagak direkam. Jadi gue ngomong sendiri aja gitu di kamera, kagak ada gamenya. Apa sih? Oh ya, nyalain kopi. Mari kita bikin kopi. Tuh badainya
Coffee's
gila.
on.
Great, thanks. I'll need it if I'm gonna finish this by tomorrow.
Oh,
Badainya seru
hey,
banget ya.
I just finished those cover mock-ups. They're on your desk. Tell me what you think.
No kidding. I didn't think you'd get them done this quickly.
Nih mock-upnya.
These look really good.
Oh, sure, until Barry gets his hands on them. Which, by the way, will happen over my dead body. The last time was the last time. Oh, and speaking of Barry, he called. Alan! Alan, please check the fuse box.
I'm right here. I'm on it, honey.
Please hurry.
I'm right here, baby.
I'm fine, I'm fine. Just get the
Oh,
lights
good.
back on. Now, please.
Yap.
Honey, it's a power outage. I've got the flashlight.
Okay. Hi.
Sudah terangkan.
You okay?
I'm sorry. It just really spooked me.
Don't worry. We'll just break out the candles.
I know it's stupid, but it's just... Especially when I'm not prepared for it, you know? It gets to me.
I love you.
Tell me a story, writer.
Okay. I used to have these nightmares when I was a kid. The dark really spooked me, too. When it got really bad, my mom gave me this old light switch. She called it the clicker.
The clicker, huh?
Yeah. If I ever got scared of the dark, I could just flip the switch and a magic light would scare the monsters away.
Oh, sure.
Here it is.
Alan.
Maybe it'll help you, too.
Yeah, nice story, writer boy. You made that up right now, didn't you?
No. Seriously.
I love you, even if you are a liar. Thanks for this.
The present day. Yap, ini yang lanjutannya.
How do you feel, Mr. Wake? Any nausea, disorientation, anything like that? Mr. Wake, how are you feeling?
I'm okay. My head's fine. I had to lie about my headache and memory loss. He'd send me to a hospital for tests. I couldn't leave without Alice.
Very well. I don't think you have a concussion, but you've obviously been through quite a shock. You should take it easy for a couple of days.
Thanks.
Well then, Mr. Wake, we're done here. If the pain gets any worse or you experience any other symptoms, you should come see me. I'll let you get
Thank
on
you,
with
Doc.
it then. Sarah, Sheriff Breaker, is waiting for you. She's very good at her job. I'm sure she can locate your wife in no
Talk
time.
to Sarah. Yep.
Thank you for testing the lights, Miss Weaver. Everything seems to be fine.
I don't have the luxury of being complacent, Deputy Grant. The bulbs will need changing soon. You can't change them in the dark.
I'll be sure to take care of it, Miss Weaver. Have a nice day now.
Very good.
Itu dia yang kita ketemu di diner itu pas kita mau nyari si Stucky. Ada beberapa orang missing, disappear.
Come in, Mr. Wake. Your phone's on the desk. The battery was dead. It's charged now.
Thank you.
Have you started looking for my wife yet?
My men are already on it. Now, can you tell me what happened?
I'm not sure. I can't remember. We were arguing. I walked out of the cabin.
The cabin on Cauldron Lake?
How did you end up at Stucky's gas station?
I wanted to tell her what had happened last night, but I couldn't.
she'd lock me up. Excuse me, I need to take this. Hello?
Alan, please help me.
Alice?
Stop talking to the law. You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see your wife again.
Who is this?
Go to the back lot. There's a hole in the fence on the left. Look inside the junker. I left a little something there to convince you we're all on the same page here. After you ditch the cops, you're gonna meet me in Elderwood National Park. There's a spot called Lover's Peak. Midnight.
Lover's Peak
Don't do
midnight.
nothing stupid, pal. We're watching you.
Yep. Kita ke
Mr. Wade, can I help you with anything?
I need to get some air. The sheriff said I could go out back.
Of course, Mr. Wake. You can get there through the cell corridor.
Yeah, it's Mulligan here. I'm at Stuckey's gas station with Thornton. There's no sign of him. Over. Wait. Yes, this is Thornton. Look, we've located...
Tadinya ada kopi ini di sini. Ketinggalan manuskrip. Alice sees the
Alice looked
shadow.
through the viewfinder, lining up the shot. Cauldron Lake was breathtaking. Something caught her eye. A figure standing in the shadows behind the cabin, like a thin woman in a black dress. She lowered the camera and looked again. No one there. Just a collection of bushes that looked vaguely human-shaped. She shook her head and laughed.
Alice juga ngeliat si darkness itu. Bising pisan. Iye. Lihat nah.
You're all right. You're a good guy.
Of course I'm a
Don't
good
let
guy.
anybody tell you different.
Rasanya udah diambil tadi. Oh ya udah. Yang mana tapi lupa. Oke.
The early morning light hurt my eyes and made my head ache. The man on the phone had said, go through the fence on the left.
Fence on the left. Nah, tadi di sini juga ada kopi. Udah gua ambil. Radionya dinyala ya?
Well, folks, it's been another long night, and it's about time for me to sign off. Got something I need?
Kita ke situ. Kick. Mana kick? Bang. Ini mana skripnya lagi? Tadi kita udah
Alice's
baca semua
driver's
ya.
license had been placed on the front seat. The caller meant business.
Nih,
Barry?
sing Alice.
Oh, thank God! Where the hell have you been? I've been trying to reach you for a week, you and Alice. I've been worried sick. I flew out yesterday. I'm here in Bright Falls.
Barry, listen to me. I'm at the sheriff's station. Come and get me. I can't talk now.
Al, what the hell is going on?
I had to get the sheriff to let me go. I needed to get to Elderwood National Park to meet Alice's kidnappers.
Ternyata Alice yang diculik, guys. Siapa yang nyulik? Dan kenapa diculik? Kenapa nyulik Alice? Ow.
A writer is a light that reveals the world of his story from darkness, shapes it from nothingness. The way a sculptor carves a statue from a block of granite. If I stop, the world I'm making dies. Darkness will reclaim it. It's a long, hard journey into the dark. Alice's life is at stake, but I can't think about that, or I'll lose it. The dread lingers at the edge of perception. I'll push on. Anything is possible here. I'll write the story. I'll save her.
Marvelous, Sarah. I just wanted to settle all the damage the Anderson brothers might have inadvertently caused.
Are you feeling any better, Mr. Wake?
I'd like to leave. Am I free to go?
Well, we still need to talk about...
Am I under arrest?
No, of course not. but I need to know where you'll be staying so I can get in touch with you.
I'd avoid the motel. The Majestic is known for its roaches. The cabins at Elderwood are pretty nice, though.
That sounds perfect.
I'm Dr. Emil Hartman. I'd like to invite you to stay at Cauldron Lake Lodge.
Did you talk to my wife?
I had the pleasure of discussing your situation with her on several occasions.
Did you set something up with her?
I invited her here. My clinic is a place where...
Oh, hey! Oh, my!
Take it easy.
Hey, nobody move! Get your hands off of my client!
Who are you?
I'm Barry Wheeler, his agent. If you have business with Mr. Wake, you talk to me. You yokels won't know what hit you once I sick my lawyers on your asses.
No harm done, Sarah. I'm all right. I don't want to press charges. Mr. Wake, my offer still stands.
Get me out of here.
What the hell was that about, Al? We don't need a replay of that thing with the paparazzi. I thought they were gonna lock you up.
I had to talk to someone. I told Barry everything. He thought I was certifiable, but when he heard about the manuscript, I had him. The fact that I'd written something, even if I couldn't remember it, was enough for him. He smelled money. And he believed that Alice had been kidnapped. Anything beyond that was another story. I had a midnight appointment with the kidnapper in a place called Lover's Peak, somewhere in Elderwood National Park. The plan was to rent a cabin.
I don't like it, Al. I don't like any of it. It's not good. In fact, it's the absolute opposite of good.
Mr. Wake! Barry, you found him!
Hi, Rose.
Oh, wow. I was just thinking about you, too.
Great.
I was just bringing Rusty some coffee. He's on the balcony, looking after Max. Poor thing. I really need to go. Great to see you again, Mr. Wake. Later!
Barry.
Who's Max?
What an airhead.
Jeez, Mr. Takes a swing at everybody. This is not her fault. She's a very nice girl and, more importantly, a fan.
Name back to Charlie. Colombian moment.
Seriously, Al, what you were saying in the car? Just listen to yourself. What, you shot a guy and his body just disappeared? When was the last time you slept? What, are you high? Have you been drinking?
No! Look, Barry, I'm missing a week, and someone's got Alice, and everything's just...
Do you understand what it sounds like when you say stuff like that? Don't get me wrong.
Ya, tadi di situ ada kopi juga.
Be a bestseller.
Itu sudah gua
But when
ambil.
you start confusing fiction with
Barry
reality,
ngomong
you're
mulu.
buying yourself a ticket to the funny farm.
Easy there, boy. I'm almost done.
Hey, Rusty, right? You rent cabins.
Oh, Mr. Wake. I'd shake your hand, but mine are kind of full here. Actually, I'm sorry about this. Would you mind grabbing the registration form from the desk? It's just across from Bucktooth Charlie.
Okay, sure.
Lucu
What
banget
happened?
si Max.
Crazy poachers. Max here got his foot caught in a trap. They're illegal to use here. Hell, you're not supposed to hunt within the park at all. But that doesn't stop some lowlifes.
Kasian. Kena
Well, at
ini
least
nyalet ini.
Max is gonna be okay. He got lucky.
Seriously, Al, you can't just go and meet
Seriously,
a kidnapper.
Al.
Those situations always end up in disaster. You gotta talk to the cops.
She's my wife, and it's my call. Can we talk about this later?
No, this whole thing...
Wait here.
Listen, you hit your head.
I think this is the form you wanted.
And here are the keys. Okay, you're all set, Mr. Wake. Glad to have you staying here.
Thanks. Can you tell me how to get to Lover's Peak?
Oh, sure. It's at the end of the nature trail. Just follow the paths, you'll get to it eventually. It's an easy walk. Nice spot, too.
Oke, tinggal ngikutin jalan aja
If you
untuk
have
ke
any
Lover's
trouble
Peak.
finding it, just keep your eyes on the radio mast. It's right below that.
Oh, and hey,
Sejauh
if
itu
you
kita
take a walk in the
berjalan.
woods, watch your steps so you don't end up like Max.
Oke. Jauh banget guys, kita akan naik ke gunung mana tadi? Situ tuh.
Trying to pull a joke on me, freak me out? It's working. Ha ha! Let's have a laugh on Barry. Well, you
Hey,
have me going
Barry.
there real funny. crazy talk, Al.
Masih.
Al? We should go to the sheriff or call the FBI.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her! This is not a goddamn debate, Barry. I'm going to Lover's Peak. He said to come alone.
Okay then. I understand. You're my best friend, and I'm worried that you're not right in the head. Tell me what to do to help, and I'll do it.
You stay here, and if I'm not back by morning, call the cavalry.
Bless you.
Just be careful with the natives, Al. These yokels are dangerous. Everybody hates a tourist, or it'll be deliverance all over again.
Okay.
Bless you.
Iya. Nah, yang sini nggak ada apa-apa ya. Switch. Oh, ada kopi. Pick up batteries. Energizer. Termos. Ya. Belum sampai sini sih tadi. Jadi aku masih harus keliling-keliling. Wow, sejauh itu. Head to Lover's Peak. Perlu kita keliling cabin dulu. Ada sumur. Kenapa sih harus malam-malam, sebel banget. Disuruhnya midnight. Ada kopi lagi. Bling-bling. Ini dapat jacuzzi ya. Asik betul. Yap, kita ke Lover's Peak.
I'll be with you in spirit every step of the way, Al. Watch the door now.
Barry had never gotten along with Alice, but he knew Alan loved her with an almost frightening intensity. And now something had happened to Alice. And here was Al armed with a gun and saying things people got put in padded cells for. It was as if his friend had experienced a massive psychotic episode and was now totally disconnected from reality. It scared the shit out of Barry.
Jalan banget nih.
I knew I should have gone to the cops. This wasn't the smartest thing I'd ever done, but I was still angry with Barry for trying to talk me out of it. These people had called me right in the sheriff's station. The cops wouldn't scare them, and they had Alice.
Ini banyak banget yang harus dijelajahin sih.
Welcome back to the show, folks. As promised, our very own Dr. Nelson has just parked his rear end in the studio. Doc, what's your Deerfest plan like?
My plan? You make it sound a lot more organized than I ever seem to manage. No plan, really. Just taking the atmosphere.
Perjalanannya bakal jauh banget ini. What the? Kenapa itu? Speak, aduh, oke. Ada lagi dong cabinnya. Banyak banget. Ya Allah. Debunya.
Crime and punishment. The cancer and cure of civilization. But some crimes are impossible to punish, especially in Night Springs. Tonight's episode, The Man in the Mirror.
Suara gagak ya? Enak banget. Langitnya bagus. Tapi karena suasananya serem jadi enggak deh. Rose
knew that Rusty was in love with her, and she liked him too. She liked him a lot. He taught her to dance, and life had certainly taught her the value of a man who was gentle. He treated her well, made her smile, made her feel good. But Rusty wasn't the prince of her dreams, and that tended to underline the unbearable truth. She was no closer to that Hollywood magic than he was.
Rusty. Oh, hati-hati jatuh. Ada yang nyala-nyala. Rusty.
The air in the visitor center was heavy with an awful smell, as if some rotten drowned thing had crawled up from its grave. Rusty kept coughing blood. My eyes were drawn to the twisted shape of his broken leg. The attack had been vicious. Max whined in his cage. Rusty's eyes were wild with fear and terror. He gasped. Mr. Wake, it happened just the way it was on that page.
Okay. Light.
The vision left me weak. This was no head injury.
Rusty, hang on! Rusty.
I'm coming! Please, help me! Anybody? Help me!
Ah, ini kenapa?
Help me!
Gimana, Rusty?
Can you hear me? Anyone? Please help!
Hello?
Iya.
Back here.
Itu dia.
Mr. Wake?
Oh, hell.
It happened just the way it was on that page. I found. Came true. It knew. So dark. It'll come back for me. You must... The lights. In the office. I have the key.
Okay, Rusty. Hang on. I'll be right back.
Whatever did this couldn't be far. Rusty had found a page from the manuscript. It would help me understand what had happened.
Oke guys, untuk episode kali ini sekian dulu. Ya, ternyata Alice-nya diculik dan nggak tahu penculiknya siapa. Terus tapi penculiknya itu minta untuk bertemu dengan Alan. Alan harus datang sendirian aja tengah malam di Lover's Peak. Jadi makanya ini kita menuju ke Lover's Peak, cuma tiba-tiba ketemu sama si Rusty. Rustynya kayaknya diserang sama, entah mungkin sama si Darkness-nya sih kayaknya. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.